Okay, we are talking about A Cinderella Story today. And I'm here with my friend Eve.
Hello. Oh my god, why am I so shy?
Don't be shy.
I can't help it. It's the excitement. Like, this is cinema. This is the peak of cinema we're going to discuss.
Honestly, we're unpacking a really great film. And the 2000s, I guess, anyways, which was, it was the peak of cinema. I mean, 2000s
Really?
was where was where it started, and it was great.
It's fantastic, even.
Amazing. Like, I was just like, how crazy is it that Hilary Duff was in this film, and she was like, she gave us this character, and then she also had like Lizzie McGuire before that.
I was thinking, like, I was watching her, and like she was doing her thing, and I was thinking, you were really that girl. Like, you really ran Disney, you ran cinema, you ran music for a little bit. It was just, we don't have that anymore. We don't.
I forget her music career, honestly.
This kind of songs to go, yeah.
I was also, when I was thinking about this film, I was like, I forgot also like what was the main song even in this film? Even
that's a fantastic question, because all of them blur into one. Like, I was trying to keep notes of the music because I thought, why don't I recognize it, but I couldn't tell you what it is because again, it's just songs that go, yeah, no, whoa, yeah. And it's just that but the thing that's jarring about the music is that it's all this yeah, no, no's. But in the, not even to get ahead of ourselves, but the scene where they're actually dancing.
Oh wait, you mean like the party, or isn't it when is it?
They're on what's it called, a veranda? Like, with the lights, and she's in the dress and he's Prince Charming.
Oh, yeah, the masquerade thingy bob.
Precisely.
Yes.
And then it's the usual romantic 2000s love song, except like all of a sudden the guy says, "I'll be love suicide," and I was thinking, suicide.
I don't even remember that.
PG movie. It shocked me. It was jarring. I remember nothing about the music specifically. It's just all the same.
No, exactly. But, and then obviously let's talk about that thing, obviously, that I just said, obviously, before I started recording, which was about the fact that they wanted it to be Rupert Grint. And I was like, that's so strange. That's a fun fact anyways for the audience. I mean, I didn't know that.
For people. No, that's generally unbelievable, because if you really out of everybody in the Harry Potter universe, because Harry Potter came out the same time, like 2005-ish, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not a Potterhead, so I don't know, so don't shoot me. But the idea
we can fact check.
The idea that you could look at the Harry Potter cast, you see Robert Pattinson. If you're gonna pick any British man, you see Robert Pattinson at his most Pattinson this, and you say, no, I want the awkward ginger to be Austin Ames.
Yeah.
You're gonna make me look at, with this fun fact, was he going to be British? Because I guess that could, with how Americans view British people, especially in these 2000s,
I don't know if he was gonna be British.
If he was British, I would hear it, because I would lead into a sensitive, quote unquote.
I'm gonna put I'm gonna put the video that I found that fact out in my description, anyways, just so obviously people can know where I got the fun fact from. Like, exactly. I'm like, this is not made up. Like, it's actually real, guys. It's a real thing, and it's crazy. And I think that video was also talking about the fact of that time of the film. There was also this whole, I think there was a scandal, of course, of like, was it Hilary Duff and like Lindsay Lohan and Chad Michael Murray? There was just all this stuff like going on, because of course they were both in films with him in it at that time, anyways, because there would have been Freaky Friday as well.
Oh yeah.
So
why is this? I'm getting flashbacks all of a sudden.
There was all that stuff.
But was it like a love triangle? Or
it was some kind of like love triangle thing that they had, or it was some kind of beef. I think it was like Hilary Duff versus Lindsay Lohan.
That's crazy.
Which is insane. Just like, but then I get it. With Chad Michael Murray, I said we actually get it.
Shit, I would fight too. I would fight right now.
Exactly. He's great. And I feel like he also, how is it that he's stayed his age, as in like he doesn't seem like he's aged, like he just
I'd like to rebut with saying I think all people at their age, just as a matter of like fine. Like he looks 40, but he looks like a good 40. Like that's a yummy 40.
Yeah, exactly.
Like let me not even start. What did the kids say? Glaze? But let me not do too much. But
yeah, Glaze.
Michael Murray. Had been Michael. Yeah, that. Oh my God, he's so. You know, in the intro, with like they do the whole they do the intro, they do the montage thing, and then it's the slow motion of him coming out of that car.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Something else.
I started blushing. I've watched this movie 10,000 times. I'm gay, and I still get while my heart stops. Even I wrote down notes when I was rewatching it, yeah, and I was just screaming for like an entire day.
Because he's crazy. The charm is crazy.
It's crazy, isn't it scary?
Very. And the fact, no, because obviously, like you mentioned, yes, being gay, and we're like, wow. This man is still able to put the charms out there. Like,
very, very much so.
It still works.
That goes beyond gender and sexuality. Like, that's just the objective truth.
No.
That child Michael Murray is fine.
Exactly. See, even looking at him now, so 43. He's currently 43.
Damn.
Damn.
Sorry, yeah.
No, it's crazy. And he was in such good stuff then. I mean, of course, before this, he was in One Tree Hill. How iconic is that?
That's something I need to watch, because I've seen the edits. I don't know his name. I'm guessing it's something like LA, like Owen Hill or something. But
no, it's his name. But I watched that a little bit as well. Actually, to be fair, like in that whole era of time, I was watching One Tree Hill and like 90210 and like what's the other one? And the OC.
The trio.
The trio, yeah, exactly. So I was watching that, and obviously his character was Lucas, and then
Lucas again. That's the white boy.
Exactly. He was supposed to be some kind of like Lucas was supposed to be some kind of rebel kind of kid, kind of like that's
with
kind of
heart of gold type.
I mean, yes and no, but just like the trope.
Just a bastard, then.
Yeah, just kind of like he was also in basketball, and he was like, and he was also against the main guy anyway, which was Nathan. I think they're like, they're two.
He wasn't the main guy.
No, like it follows two half brothers, so it's like it's them. It's both of them as the main, basically. Anyway.
Oh, and where does I'm interviewing you now? And where does the hill come in?
Do you know what? Like, it's so funny. I don't actually even know. That's the thing with these type of shows. It's like asking that question. I'm like, do I actually know that? No. It's like it's a blur. Like you just remember, like I don't know, all of the relationships, I guess.
Right. It's all about the shipping.
Right. That's mainly.
It even reminded me of this Family Guy clip. I'm a shameless Family Guy rewatcher. I'm so sorry, but like
we said don't apologize. It's a great show.
Thank you. It did this bit about high school dramas, and it just had these two boys talk about the locker being like, God, I got so much stuff going on. High school is such a serious thing. These problems matter. And I just have that in the back of my mind. That's all of One Tree Hill. That's all of, not Gossip Girl. Well, Gossip Girl.
Yeah, that
What's
too.
The other one? Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Also in Gilmore Girls. Oh, he plays such a good bastard. But that's what made him as Austin refreshing.
Exactly. Wait. Well, you said also Gilmore Girls. Yes. I mean, right. No, he was in that too. Yeah.
And I never finished it. I just remember years ago watching it because, again, when there's like some kind of ship, a bit of drama, love triangle, I was there. And I started watching it because did you ever watch This Is Us?
No, I needed to watch that though. I was meant to because it has Milo in it. Yes, from Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, Milo, precisely. I watched it because of Milo because even though again I'm gay, I had a thing for dark eyes, dark hair, big.
Exactly.
And he just he was just, his name was Jesse in Gilmore Girls, didn't it?
Yeah.
And he's just so complicated but with a heart of gold, like. And then Chad was just annoying. What's that guy from Supernatural? Jared Padalecki?
Yeah. He was
Just
Dean.
tall and annoying.
Yeah.
Dean, that's it. Just tall and annoying. Was I meant to be complimenting anybody? I think I just called them all annoying.
But they are like, I feel like, you know, when you watch shows, yeah, it's good to say that people are like annoying. Like, you have to be honest that they're,
I guess. I mean, what teenager do you know
that
was a good person?
Right, exactly. I mean, even though I think Milo's character I don't think like Jess was not that bad. I meant as in, I guess all of the guys that Rory had, I meant he wasn't that bad. Like, I think everyone says universally that Logan was the worst one.
Oh, don't get me started. I even didn't finish his love story. I couldn't be asked.
Yeah.
But like having this like back and forth about the classics, like the 90210, the Gilmore Girls, the Chad Michael Murrays of it all, it's making me think. When I was watching this, even though I'm obviously blinded by my nostalgia and my love for this period of films, I'm wondering, what do the kids have nowadays? What do the tweens have nowadays to watch? Because I just can't picture having a movie set in 2020 with the perfect balance of cringe, but still.
Oh my gosh, mate! They might have that. Oh, they might have that film. You know that one. You know that one. I don't do cocaine. That's what they have.
Problem solved.
That's the film that they have.
So well. Oh gosh, you know what? The kids will be fine. They'll just be fine.
No, exactly. But I know that, you know why I quoted that film is because obviously it's like, that's the one that is like, they tried to make that feel like it was made in the 2000s. I feel like it had all of the feels that a 2000 film like would have.
Definitely.
And especially like an iconic, line like that anyways. Like,
even without having watched it, you've seen that clip.
Yeah.
I think that's the most movie-ish movie that feels like a movie. I don't even know if that's a sentence that made sense, but like,
no, that makes
Cinderella
sense.
Story, I'm watching it. This is a movie. What's it called? Do Revenge? I watched it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Everything else from the last 5 years, not that I'm really up to date on what 13-year-olds watch as a 23-year-old.
No.
That would be crazy. But they just it all feels like slop. Just, I see snippets and I'm thinking, just like Ginny, and Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Not that I've ever watched it. Please correct me if I'm being ignorant. That looks like rubbish.
You know what? Yeah. I take a deep sigh because obviously I watched the show.
Breathe. It's okay.
I was like, I think a lot of shows sometimes are like car crashes shows. Like,
what do you mean?
They're bad, but they're also good at the same time.
I hear it. I
hear
it. So Ginny and George is both.
Yes, exactly. Like, I would say, like, if I was to recommend Ginny and George to people, I would just say, like, it's the whole thing of, like, mother and daughter, and then, like, that whole complex relationship. That's what I mean. I'm like, look aside from the cringeness of the show, and like
there's still heart behind
it. We said, and look at the plot, but there is a lot of cringiness though. That's the thing. That's why it can be a bit difficult like to stay.
But sometimes I can forgive cringe when a show knows what it is. Like, take early season of Riverdale compared to the center and then compared to the end. At the beginning, we had a strong concept, strong performances. It knew what it was, but then it started taking itself so seriously in the middle. And like, it became to the point of parody in the last season where, all four of them shagged. Why not? I love that progression, but that middle part was so rough. Even me as a annoying teenager was like, I can't do this anymore, because this type of cringe is, you're unaware that you're being cringy. You're thinking, you're having, what's Cole Sprouse's guy? Yeah, tadpole, I don't know. You're sing at me at the hat.
Jughead.
Jughead. I wasn't even trying to make a joke. I knew it was a name.
Okay.
Some nonsense. But I'm meant to take. I love a music. I'm saying this is somebody that loves musicals. Those musical episodes. Oh my god, hang it up.
I'm so happy that I meant that you said that anyways, because I thought sometimes that I was the only one as in hating. Yeah, that's when I stopped watching. I mean, because it was crazy. I was I love musicals, and I was but I don't like this. I was what's going on?
How hard it is to make a musical fan not like a musical episode. And we both like Glee. We both
exactly. I don't know how they did that. It just didn't work. But I think exactly what I've always said about Riverdale is that I don't know, with Glee, it's we know that it's a singing show. We're not being fooled here. It's not.
Exactly.
It's not like I'm being blindfolded. I actually know what I'm getting.
Precisely. It tells you what it is at the start. So
right.
You can't be shocked when Rachel Berry is singing because she's in pain. Whatever.
Exactly. You can't. But Riverdale didn't do that. They just kind of they just threw it in there. I don't know, throwing some kind of ingredient in a mix and it not mixing well. But just what's going on?
What's going on?
What is actually happening?
I could just really appreciate a show or movie or any kind of project that knows exactly what it is. And I think that's why A Cinderella Story has so much rewatchability for me. Because it's just this little snippet into 2004, 2005. We have every other sentence of someone being geek, go away. And then we have the music being just very much the same throughout. And then but then with me saying this, it's something... I don't know where you land when it comes to applying current sensibilities, specifically about wokeness, and how we approach race, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Applying that to the past. But it was always jarring seeing exchanges. For example, what's her name? Fiona, Jennifer Coolidge, Mama, and Rhonda. And the exchange literally went from, you got big boobs, well, you're black. It was, whoa. It was, whoa. Guys, I'm from the hood.
Right.
You said you got a big breast. What's crazy? What's going on?
I think that was I don't know. I think also 2000s, they did that a lot. I mean, they got away with that kind of stuff. Which
away with it consistently. And if
crazy.
It wasn't calling a black character hood or ghetto or any kind of da-da-da-da-da, it was... I don't know I don't even know if she had a name, but there was this black girl, well, actually, no, every single teenage girl, the boys who are predators half the time, they would be there was literally a line where she was where the guy was oh, there's no laxatives on the menu. I'm thinking, well, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Cool. And then Chad Michael marries... Chad Michael. I can't call him just Chad. I can't even call him Austin.
No, exactly.
Austin was no, this girl's got an appetite, not those skinny bitches. I'm thinking,
whoa.
But if we had a plus size, not even plus size, if we had a size 12 babe as a lead, we would not be hearing this.
No, for sure, definitely not. How crazy would that have been?
They weren't ready.
Definitely not. I mean, I feel like we should talk more about the film as well. I love how I always do this anyways, actually. I'm always referencing left and right, and then I'm always not pushing forward the main thing. But what's it called? Hilary Duff, yes, and Austin, they have great chemistry. Right. And then
they're meant to be together, yes.
Exactly. But then obviously how I was mentioning the scandal thing, maybe that's how it made them do the film anyways. It's so interesting because it's whenever you see people do shows and films together, it's then you find out that they're dating and then they break up and then it's
oh God.
You guys acted you acted too well, so then do you know what I mean? Something happened there.
No, I'm a child of divorce because of the Vampire Diaries. It's a terrible, terrible thing.
Exactly, no, same. I mean, I think who was it that dated on there? I think it was what? Oh yeah, it was Ian and
Ian and Nina.
But were they the only ones on that show?
No, it was also Paul and Phoebe Tonkin.
Oh.
When she was the hybrid. They dated for years, and now he's dating a 23-year-old.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but like, wait, no. As in, like, oh, but like, how old is Paul now anyway?
Like 40.
Oh, okay. But like, I don't know. Like, wait, I asked myself. It's okay. No, it's still bad actually. Yeah, it's like that's like.
Do you want to get into the politics of age gap?
Yeah, I was like, wait, it is because that's like a 20 something at least age gap.
People are quick to be like, oh, that could be a father. I feel like if you're 40 and you want to date a 23-year-old, I generally think you're a pervert. Like, this could just be me being woke, question mark. But it's the thing of, what do you talk about?
Yeah.
What interests you? Why can't you date someone your own age? Because it literally just give you can't or don't want to. It will always be rooted in some kind of obsession with youth.
Right.
That I've always
It's
just
true.
found icky.
No, exactly. But I don't know. That's so crazy. When you put it that way, it's like, I mean, I don't know if I'd even say to myself, oh yeah, I'm woke. But then I'm also like, yeah, I don't like that kind of stuff. It's like, age gaps are so weird to me, as in like, yeah. When it's just like two people who are completely on different pages, I never really get it. Like, it's actually
this
very,
babe
very
just
weird.
graduated.
Yeah.
And you've been in the workforce. That's scary.
Hold on. I can't remember what we were saying also. This is funny. I'm like, then I pick it back up and I'm like, what was I saying?
We were talking about age gaps, but you also wanted to get back to Cinderella Story.
No, exactly, I do. But no, the age gap thing still is important. I just mean, I was saying about how, like, we want, like, I think with age gaps, I always think it's a thing, like, you want a reasonable age gap, not one that's just like, people on two different stages of their life, and like they couldn't be farther apart. We said like one wants to party and one wants to get married. I said can't really work, can it? It's a bit weird.
Right. And even I think this is my kind of like, this is rooted in some kind of like, I'm trying to say this is my most conservative idea. I feel like I would be scared of a man after 40 that's only interested in partying. Like, why are you, as a big, strong man, not even strong, you're just a big man, not... Where's your wife? Where's your husband? Where's your children?
Yeah.
What were you doing here in the streets? This is my territory. What are you doing here with me? But at the same time, if I saw a 40-year-old woman partying, that's all right. You go, sister. I love you. Please. I'll go straight forever. But I feel like after 30, age gaps don't really matter.
No, exactly.
Like, date a 60-year-old if you want to. Who cares? That's your right. You're 30. Who's going to stop you?
No, right. Anyways, actually,
Do you
also...
want to go back to a Cinderella Story?
Exactly. Circling back there again. I was going to say... Also, I was thinking about also the other, like, Cinderella films as well, because that's also quite a good place to touch on. Because I was thinking about the Black Cinderella, which is obviously Brandy. And then you have the other one, the other Cinderella, which is Lily James, which was the live action Cinderella, which are both great. But, like, I wanted to be, like, I want to compare, like, all three of them.
This is so interesting, because... Not that I really remember it, but I remember partially doing a paper in third year about the adaptations of Cinderella, because we had a module on fidelity, and one overarching point is how the story of Cinderella evolves as time goes on. Like, in each generation, we have some form of a Cinderella retelling.
Exactly,
I'm not counting Camila Cabello's current. That one does not exist.
Sorry, no.
What the people need is another one, because you said it. We've had excellent rehashing.
Yeah.
Brandy and Whitney Houston is a fairy godmother. That kind of casting, the people can't see me, but I'm tapping my temples. That kind of casting is what cinema needs.
And they don't talk about it enough either. Like, as in, nobody ever really talks about the Black Cinderella, which is always so annoying because
literally it's only coloured folk.
Right.
It was really bring her up.
It was groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking, truly. Ugh. And then the Lily James one, people call it boring, but I found it cute.
No, me too.
Like, why not? love Richard Madden.
Exactly.
It worked.
It worked so well. He was great for it. I don't know, it's weird. I think to myself, did he look exactly like, I guess, what kind of the animated Cinderella guy looked like when I think about it? Like, yeah, so what's his name? Prince Philip?
I literally just think it's Prince Charming.
What's his name?
He has a name? Is it not just Prince Charming?
Oh, okay, right, exactly. But I kind of want to look at, I'm going to probably search it now actually also. What does the guy look like? I meant from thing. Well, wait.
What, from the Lily James Cinderella?
No, like just in terms of being. Oh, see, exactly. Like I was saying, the Prince Charming from the Cinderella animated version usually has like brown hair or whatever. So
it's a very non-specific thing.
Right, but of course, then they also have Shrek's Prince Charming as well, which is obviously
he's absolutely devious, yeah.
Blonde, which is interesting. They have so many different what's it called? Well, 2 different fonts, I guess you could say. Like,
both are very standard white, quote unquote, attractive, and I feel like considering that, that's what made Chad Michael. First of all, that's what made, not that specifically, but it translated well into the early 2000s rom-com type movie.
Exactly.
And Chad Michael Murray was a perfect iteration of a Prince Charming.
Yeah.
Like, just physicality alone, which leads into a third point. And again, I'm so sorry to Rupert Grint. I don't mean to keep whacking you, but guys, can we please be serious? A ginger.
You said let's not go back there.
A British ginger. As my Austin Ames. Not my America.
But you think to yourself, actually, they probably would have made him. Yeah, they would have made him blonde anyway. But it wouldn't.
Also, still ridiculous. To me.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, it still wouldn't have worked. But we're just like they wouldn't have had a ginger in the film because that would have been completely ridiculous.
There's no way he wouldn't have been bullied. Everybody there got bullied.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna work.
A character called Shelby Cummings, like. There's no way she was gonna date a ginger Austin Ames. But like the concept of having Shelby Cummings as a name, like, wow, you're Shelby. You're a bit of a prick. Like, yeah, that works. That tracks.
Yeah. It's funny because obviously you were saying you rewatched the film anyway, so I guess actually now we're on subject right now. But like you were saying how you rewatched the film like recently. I haven't actually watched it in a very long time, so I feel like you can also have more information, and the fact that like I forget that obviously when what it says here is that Sam Montgomery is a good-natured young girl who is tormented by her stepmother and stepsisters. However, her online interaction with a handsome young man brings hope to her life. For me, I think when I read this, I was like, wait, I don't remember how her and Austin actually met properly.
Oh my God, do you want me to give a summary?
Yeah, I love that.
Oh my God, sit down, mama. Let me tell you about A Cinderella Story.
Exactly.
Okay, like as in start to finish or just their love story?
Yeah, talk about that, their first meet and then like and how it gets to the end. And then also we need to mention the iconic rain scene, but we'll save that for later. Like
I need a cigarette. Let me tell you something.
Put a pin in that.
No, they met because they're seniors in high school, so they're applying to colleges, and they met in a Princeton chat room. And so he's called Nomad, and she's called Princeton Girl 818, and they start chatting separately, so they're chatting all the time. And then he's like, when can I meet you? Like, you need to rewatch this film because it will have your hair twirling. Like, he's like, God, I want to hear your laugh. When can we meet? And I remember thinking, it was yesterday night, but I was watching it thinking, fucking hell, mate. Fucking hell, I feel a bit seduced. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, no, they're just talking back and forth. And he's like, when can I meet you? And she's like, well, I guess like at the dance, because in these high school movies, there's always a dance. And so that's where we get the scene of them dancing in the lights, because she not reveals herself, but she's dressed as Cinderella and he's Prince Charming. And the scenes I'm seeing in my head, this movie is just so excellent.
I forget. Wait, hold on. Like, pause. I forget that. Remember, like, there was what? There was a trilogy of this, anyways, because you have Selena Gomez's one, and also and Lucy Hale. I'm like, whoa. I don't think I've seen either of those actually. Oh wait, no, I've seen the Selena Gomez one. I haven't seen Lucy Hale's.
The Lucy Hale one, not watching that can be forgiven. I was about to throw my phone to the ground if you haven't seen the Cinderella Story one. I mean, the Selena Gomez one.
No, that one's quite good though.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's actually not bad. But then I'm just like, we know that this one takes the cake anyways. That's what I'm saying. I just mean like, those other two are, I feel like it was probably like, oh, that's why I didn't really think about them. Even though I love Lucy Hale though, actually. I was like, Lucy Hale? I think she's great.
She is, but did you watch Pretty Little Liars? Not to completely segue, but like...
Yeah, I did.
Did you watch it to the end?
No. This is the thing.
Good.
I did not.
Neither did I. Yeah.
Why did you like, as in maybe fall off from it, as in?
Yeah, like after season 5, I started losing the plot. They started losing the plot even. So I gave up. But Lucy Hale, yeah. She's not my clientele, but I can respect her for what she did for the culture. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then so let's go back to the Cinderella Story. What's this thing I'm looking at right now, though? Oh, because obviously there was this... I love BuzzFeed. There was this article that's like 23 questions I have after rewatching A Cinderella Story as an adult. I like this.
Okay.
I'll ask them to you, actually. It said... because you rewatched them recently, so I didn't. What is it? First off, did Hal really think it was a good idea to leave Sam all alone during an earthquake? And it says, my dad may let me cross the street when I was 8.
Oh my god, you know what's so funny? Guys, we need to stop thinking with sense. We need to focus on the cinema.
Not you doing that. You're playing that card. You said, guys, close your eyes and listen.
Close your eyes and listen. And when I say listen, I mean hear. Okay? He endangered the child. But for the sake of endangering that child, again, rewatch this movie. Shania, whoa, I'm pointing at the screen because I'm pointing at you. As the quake is quaking, she has this little snow globe that like she daydreams about and
oh yeah, I remember the snow globe.
Crashes. That is why he had to leave his 8-year-old in an earthquake. Of course. He should do it again.
He should do it again. Crazy. And then, because, I mean, that's how he dies, isn't it? I mean... Yeah, exactly. So... crazy work. I mean, like, you know, obviously I always think that Cinderella's such a funny like concept anyways. The fact of the matter of what, becoming a slave in your own home? Like, I said, that's crazy. I'm actually leaving. I'm not staying. You guys could not make me clean up after you. That's crazy.
That's the thing that works about A Cinderella Story, because you ask yourself that the entire time, and then as if responding to your question, they're like, wait, no, she's gonna pay for my college tuition and I've done nothing but serve her, so that's why I'm, slaving away.
Just makes no sense. Even though I think to myself, actually, with Cinderella Story, actually, like, of course, the way that they do it is, like, such a nice twist anyways, because I don't feel like they zoom in too much on the fact that, like, Sam has to be, like, a peasant. They don't do that, because I guess sometimes that's the main crux of Cinderella films, where, like, she's underneath her basement, and she's scrubbing up the floors and that. But they have her in a diner, which is an edge. I feel like it's like a nice way to see it anyway.
And she has that found family.
Yeah.
In the diner as well. That's a cute edge, because again, her life would be hell.
Exactly.
That's literally child slavery.
But they didn't make them into animals. They made them into real people. Which was necessary, because that would have been weird.
If she was just talking to animals, this would be a completely different movie.
No, exactly. Like how you said earlier, also, imagine if they was to do another Cinderella again, because it's like they love to rehash films out over and over again until, I don't know. Is it until they're tired, but then even then, they still want to go
until
on.
the horse is dead and dead once more.
Right.
But I'm telling Hollywood that the kids, i.e. me, we need just one more and we need to get it right. But I don't know how they're going to balance. I don't know how they're going to do cringe that doesn't make you feel sick. Like, they'll still have that heartwarmingness. I think the closest thing I've seen in terms of, like, teen media that encapsulates the time period is Forever. I haven't watched it completely. I've only watched 2 episodes. And I did cringe, as you do with any kind of romantic teen show. But it was still like, wow, this looks like an actual thing.
Yeah. And then, what was it? And then, what was I going to say, actually? I even just forgot. That, like, wait, I've still forgotten, actually. I forgot what I was going to say. I hate when that happens. I was going to be like how, what was it? I can't remember. I'm going to move on because I've lost my train of thought. What was it? So then, and then the next one was, what was it? I'm all about subtlety, but how exactly actually, I remembered what I was going to say. I love that. Sorry. I remember what I was going to say. And now I was mid-sentence in what I was reading.
Do you have ADHD by any chance? Because I literally have this.
Yes, I do.
Like, yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, I'm right there with you.
It's actually so annoying. I was going to say that I think the next Cinderella actually should be Amanda Seyfried from Mamma Mia, if anybody.
The next Cinderella?
Yeah.
Expand.
Because, she's great. She's a great actress. That's literally all I've got. Like as in, she's a great actress.
You said Amanda Sternberg. I thought you said Amanda Seyfried. Seyfried after her.
Yeah, Seyfried. Yeah.
A 40-year-old woman be Cinderella.
Because I feel like she can still do it.
Oh, you do mean Amanda Seyfried?
Yeah.
And not Amanda the light skin?
No, I think she can still do it.
Oh, inspired casting. What would be her story? Would it be life after love with Prince Charming?
It could do that as well, but actually, I don't know, because when people were talking about, I think, like the Enchanted films, and they were talking about how Disenchanted, the one after that, was very bad. I liked it, but hey, they didn't like that film, so it makes you feel like it's like stories after a film sometimes don't always work.
It doesn't always work. They're always trying to kind of get back the feeling they had in the first movie without any actual development.
And it doesn't really work sometimes. So I said to myself, I think that it would work, like, for her.
To be fair, we might as well, if we're gonna do it, we might as well get Chad and Hilary back in the studio.
That's true as well. I don't know. And then that would be them. That would be them grown, innit? Look at us. We're making actually a very storyline right now. We're like, Hollywood needs us.
Oh, we do. I do.
We're cooking up a storyline here. But, like, exactly, they could be grown up. What else could happen? There could, I don't know. I guess it's one thing that, I guess in every single Cinderella film, the stepmother gets what she was getting, like, that she needed to get. Do you know what I mean? That's all that have in common. But maybe it's like, I don't know. I mean, I want something more worse to happen to her in the one that we're making. Like, I want something else.
Maybe jail?
Yeah.
Like, the thing about it is, every time I try to think of something that we as directors could do, it'd have to be so different from the classic love story, like so different in an annoying way. Like, it'd have to be some kind of buddy cop drama or something between Cinderella and shit, let's get Jennifer Coolidge back. I don't know. But I don't know. Like, what else can be done with Cinderella?
Oh my gosh, and another Cinderella I just forgot, which just came to my mind, which one of my favourites is Ever After.
Oh my gosh, but Thingy, Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
Very excellent, very excellent.
And that's very, very good. Like, yeah. I was like, I can't. That's one of my films, as in, if you ask me to talk about Ever After, like, I'll talk about it for ages. Like, I love that film.
So, do you have, like, a top 3 when it comes to Cinderella retellings? Because...
okay, so of course Ever After would take 1, and then and then 2, maybe because we're doing an episode, I'm like, Cinderella Story would be 2. I'm like, yeah, it would be. And then of course 3 would be what was it? We already mentioned that one.
The Brandy one?
I mean, oh, exactly. That's scary. It might have to be like maybe a 4. I'll say 4, because then it would be Brandy, and then it would be the Lily James one. So yeah, that would be the 4. I feel like.
Is there singing in the Lily James one?
Do you know what? I feel like no. I feel like no. Actually.
Huh. Interesting.
Do you prefer that? You're like,
do I prefer singing?
Yeah.
Me, annoying homosexual, do I prefer singing? Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's true. But I feel like not, I guess, is it like for us? Actually, no, in the Cinderella adaptations, it's like, I think probably singing is only in like, what is it? Like
it's actually not in the majority of them.
It's not in the majority of them. It's like 3 out of something, but like it's not very much though. So
when it's like Disney specific doing it, Disney specifically doing a retelling, I would expect like a song like Queen might as well, especially because Cinderella doesn't really have a song compared to Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid.
I mean, hold on, no, I guess, no, they've never really done that, but, like, remember, the Cinderella song is supposed to be, This Is Love, that's what the song is called, from the animated, but they've never really put that song in they've never really put that song in the films ever, I don't think.
They need to get Lin-Manuel Miranda, look him up and get him to work. Because
that song's quite good.
They just need a good love song. Like, the thing about all these movies is I love comparing like the meeting scene or them locking eyes or them dancing and all of the dancing scenes. I think if I'm gonna ask you this as well, but like if you had to compare that type of scene, do you have like a favorite in mind? Because I'm already listen, there's already a Cinderella story. Of course, it's gonna be a Cinderella story. Because watching them on the again, I don't know what it's called, veranda with, and then she's like, "Do you want to dance?" And he's like, "No music." She's like, "Whatever." And they're just playing, and then all of a sudden the violinists, because where did they come from? But why not? They start playing their little songy song, and then they're swaying in each other's arms. They're doing 10 questions. They're falling in love. The lights are beautiful. They're beautiful. They're about to reveal each other. That moment, I thought that's what high school would be. I was deeply disappointed.
Oh gosh.
Deeply disappointed.
You said what it was going to be, but you said okay. So compare the dance, the dance scenes. Like you said,
before she has to disappear.
That one is very good. Hold on. Funnily enough, there's also the Into the Woods one. I really like that one.
How can we forget?
Yes.
Yes.
I love that one. I mean, and that just came to mind now. I was like, it made me think about how, remember in the Into the Woods one, it's like she's on the stairs, innit? And then it's taken her such a long time to leave. But like hers is actually the longest one, I feel like, in terms of like leaving, because most of the Cinderellas are out there like a dash, like, but bam. She's on that stairs for quite a long time, and then she gets down and obviously the shoe, and then she's gone. But like I would say I do like that one, and I do like the dance sequence before that. And then, I don't know. I was going to say, obviously, I was going to mention Ever After again because, of course, it's my favourite. Then I was trying to remember... the dance scene, basically.
I can't remember Ever After a while because I haven't watched it in years, but would it be, not necessarily a dance, but that union moment where they fall in love with each other?
Oh my gosh, actually, no, what I just thought of now was obviously when she gets her wings pulled off, because that's when she obviously gets to go to the ball, innit? She gets to go to the ball, and what happens is her stepmother pulls her like away from the prince and actually just shames her and just yanks her wings off, and then she starts crying. And we're like, oh, that's so sad. Like,
how mean.
Everyone was happy, and then she just ruined it. And then,
Our stepmothers do.
I think that was it, though. What, like, the scene I'm recounting, I think that probably was when he realized that he really liked her. Even though she, of course, he didn't know it was her. Like, that's, I guess, all the elements of in Cinderella all the time. That, like, they never really know that, oh, that's the girl they've been looking for. Like, but
he's looking at the one behind for like an hour afterwards.
Yeah, I don't think he knew either. So I guess it's like, you think to yourself, they actually learn to be like, oh, I love her. I guess afterwards when they realize that it's her. Like, I guess the unveiling, I think maybe that's probably when they realize. I think also in that Ever After, they have a great like first meet anyways. Like, they meet.
Remind me how they meet again?
Like, she's like throwing apples at him, like like it's the thing where like they meet each other and like she's throwing apples at him, and then they just kind of they kind of just argue with each other and everything like that. And then, oh my gosh, wait, they do have in Ever After, they do have their kiss, and that's not even at the very end, because I guess kisses always are at the end of films, but that's not their kiss happens like in the middle, when like
uncouth.
When they get like they're with these kinds of like they're with some kind of bandit group, and then kind of they're just like they're all just chilling, and then they just kiss, and then they have the bandit group cheer them on for kissing. And like that was really cute. Like, honestly,
I love that the bandits represent the mice.
Yes,
Cinderella story.
Exactly.
It's the nerdy best friend and the staff in who does Selena Gomez have? I can't remember
either.
All I remember is, did you see the dance? They're in the dance studio.
Yes, exactly. That's all anybody ever remembers.
That's the only part worth remembering.
We don't remember anything else. Like, it's honestly that.
I love how I said that's the only part worth remembering. Mind you, half an hour ago, I was like, if you have not watched this movie, I may shoot you dead. Hey, next question.
I think you did that reaction though because like it's the Selena Gomez, so you're like, obviously you have to have had to.
I hold on to things selectively and passionately. I mean, Selena Gomez as a person, I'm not really interested in, but the run she did on Disney, that's something I'll always have to respect her for. Just the little piece.
No, exactly. Did you even look at, remember the reboot of Wizarding Waverly Place? I actually cried.
I saw clips.
Because I was so sad.
Was it not good?
No, it was so bad.
Wow.
I'll never forgive them. I'll actually like it's that strong. I'll never forgive them because obviously it's like, it's like kids, like, I mean us anyways, our generation, we grew up on Wizarding Waverly Place, and I'm like, you're gonna make it all like glossy just for new gen, and then that means it's rubbish, basically. Simplified version, it's bad. So
that's the way you've worded it is funny, like glossy, but the media we grew up with in our childhood even was quite.
It was not
the word, like that's always been sarcasm. They let you think a bit for yourselves,
right?
It's kind of ham-fisted and shoved down your throat at a very surface level.
Yeah, that's why I use glossy. It's like new gen stuff is always so like, it looks like it's been tampered with. I mean, Like, you actually know it's been tweaked with. Like, I'm not supposed to know. Do you know what I mean? I think that's our main thing when we were young. We didn't actually know. But, like, now I know, and that's bad. Like,
now I'm aware.
Yeah, like, I don't want to be. The thing that was crazy with the reboot was that, like, I don't know, it's just I feel like they discarded the whole thing of how Justin was a great wizard. Remember, he was going to win. Like, do you know what I mean? Remember in the movie, he was gonna win. He was gonna but then he was like, "Oh, I want my sister to win," so he gave it to Alex. But then in the reboot, it's like he's just this. I don't know. He's just this dad. But, like, he's not really a wizard. We're like, boo. Like, we said, what happened to your wizardry? Like, what happened to all of that? And then you also have Alex's, like, mini-me as well. So it's kind of just, they've done the same thing again.
When you say mini-me, is that her daughter?
It's not necessarily... I don't think it's her daughter, no. It's just, like... It's somebody who's supposed to resemble her. Yeah. It's supposed to be somebody who's, like, the younger Alex, basically. But just not... But, yeah, just not related to her in any way.
Where did the child come from? I thought she was either Alex's baby or Justin's.
No, she's not anyone's, like, child. Like, yeah, like, I can't explain it to you because when I watched that reboot, like, it was a thing where I watched it. Like, I watched Alex maybe one episode or maybe a few minutes and I turned it off because I just knew it wasn't gonna work. It was just like I knew this wasn't gonna work out. And I think I didn't want to see the same show, but, like, obviously different people. As in, like...
see some kind of evolution.
Yeah, it's just... I know that they've kind of done the young kids to be the same characters. So, to be young people and then be like, oh, you can see Justin in that person. And you can see Max in that person. And I'm like, no, give me new. Give me brand new. Like, give me something else. Like,
we're gonna do a new show. Why aren't we doing new things?
Yeah, exactly. So let's go back and, like, what we're talking about. We're going to talk about the rain scene now. And the iconicness.
Dramatic history, yes.
Yes, the iconicness of that scene in particular. How did that scene make you feel? I mean,
how did it make me feel? It's made me feel the same way as I did when I watched it when I was like 6 years old. It made me feel like, wow, fuck this nigga. But, like, the complexities of said fuck that nigga is like, I wanted you, but you let me down. You had your shot and you let me down. And after all the nonsense that my baby son went through in that movie, that was the perfect, like, yeah, waiting for you was like waiting for rain in this drought. Sad and disappointing.
Oh, yeah. The iconic line. I forgot what was about.
That was a bar. That was a bar. And then it was her the way she did. Yeah. Well, of course, I had to kiss afterwards. They had to, because, again, this is Disney adjacent. But it was so excellent. I feel like if given enough prep, so like 2 minutes, I could do the entire scene, wigs and all. But no, it's so excellent. How about you?
No, literally same. Like, as in, like how you said the line and, like, oh yeah, waiting for you. And then it's like, and then it rains and we're like, okay, this is cinema. This is cinematic.
Like, cinema, parallel.
Yeah. Remember, you know the absolute cinema meme? Absolute cinema.
Martin Scorsese studied it.
Honestly, I was like, this is crazy. And I feel like to myself, has anything topped the rain scene since?
Ooh, that's a good question. Especially in this kind of, like, corny drama, like romance drama. Like, it's not even a drama, but still, like, nothing else has had the staying power, I think. Like,
no.
I think whether you want to or not, a lot of people would hear waiting for you is like waiting for rain and immediately know what you're on about, even if they haven't watched the movie in a while. Mm-hmm. I'm really trying to think, though. No, but I'm biased also. This is my favorite movie.
Yeah, but, like, even though it is, it's like you can, I don't know, it still feels like no.
I think the easiest way to think is what are the most iconic romances we've had since the Cinderella story? Like, I'm immediately thinking of that one with Glenn Powell. Like, not the meet cute, but it's when he makes his bosses Tay Diggs and, what's her name from Charlie's Angels? But do you know what I'm talking about?
Wait. No, because I was thinking of, I thought you were saying it's that film. You mean the one, like, as in they're both each, like, there's, like, are they assistants, kind of?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. I've set it up.
Yeah.
Set it up.
Okay.
But I can't remember any lines. Lucy Lou, that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, no, I can't remember any lines. I just remember the premise and like a montage. Because every movie needs a montage.
No, literally.
But I really can't think. Because nothing else is topping it.
No. You know, all I could think of is like, I guess now all I could think of was like probably Delena from Vampire Diaries.
That's a shout.
That's it.
That's a shout.
That's all I've got actually though. That's all I get.
You're saying all I've got as if that's not kind of the only thing topping it. Because
right, it is.
Actually, before I even do my thing, how do you feel about Delena, especially compared to Delena?
Oh, I've never been a Delena girl. Like, this is crazy. I was touching on the fact that I'm rewatching Vampire Diaries at the minute, and it's like,
as you should be, yeah.
And I'm like, why is it? Even when I watched it the first time, I never was really messing with Stefan and Elena. I was like, what is the appeal for people? Like,
is it because of Stefan himself or just them as a couple?
I don't know. Like, they're just, I guess, you know, when I'm watching, I'm like, oh my gosh, Stefan was like, obviously he was like what's it called? He was an alcoholic, but for blood, innit? We were like, he was actually,
right.
He needed to go to rehab.
And did.
And it's like, that's what I mean. I was like, they weren't like gelling, like they weren't giving. It
didn't have that flavor, that tension.
No.
I think that's why he worked as a good first boyfriend.
Exactly.
Well, second, but who cares about Matt?
Yeah.
No shade to the blondie, but who cares about Matt?
You said Matt, and I was like, wait, who's that? Like,
exactly. No, exactly.
I was like, wait, who's that? But no, like, I think, honestly, yes. Because remember, Delena's iconic scene, remember, is the one where they have their big kiss, innit? I guess after, like, not kissing, or they had that whole tension, and then
they've had that back and forth, and then all of a sudden Stefan's gone out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And then everything kind of falls into place.
Exactly.
And it's raining outside, and they run into each other's arms, the hotel outside. Oh, so excellent.
And I think the song member is Never Let Me Go, I think, plays Florence Machine. Yeah!
Oh, so excellent. It's actually so very excellent. You ate with this comparison. Yeah.
That's the one.
Because they were allowed to be sexy as well as the Vampire Diaries. There's only so much you can do in a PG-13 moment. But, like, Vampire Diaries, had to be rated, like, not 15, the one beneath 15, 12. Maybe even before. Regardless, they also have to, like, bump and grind on each other. Why am I talking about this? I think I've gotten sidetracked. But I remember watching that when, like, I was younger, thinking, this is also what romance is meant to be. And so I've just carried a warped view.
Honestly, yeah. So freaked out.
This whole time. So freaked out. But it's so... Claps to you, because that scene was so good. Like, I
Honestly.
still think about it to this day. I just got a flashback to the tension. Like,
no, literally, I can't wait till I get there. I guess on my rewatch, I'm like, oh,
where are you right now with your rewatch?
I'm basically on I'm on season 2.
Ooh, Klaus is Klausing, isn't he?
Yes. That's where I'm at. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like, and everyone always says, innit, that Originals is better than Vampire Diaries, and I'm like, yeah.
No, it is.
It is.
Klaus. And just all of them will scare. I love Rebecca.
Yeah.
I love her in the Originals more than I do the Vampire Diaries. But
yeah, exactly.
She's a great addition. But yeah, no, I don't think, apart from the Vampire Diaries and other teen shows, I generally can't think of another iconic... Well, not Confession isn't the word, because Confession is altogether, because immediately I thought of Little Women, which is crazy because I haven't even watched Little Women. But I know that scene. We have to talk it out.
Yeah.
What's it? Timothy? Yeah.
That's the one,
yeah.
too.
I do need to watch it, though. I'm lacking.
You should. So iconic.
But yes, a Cinderella story. Let's get back up.
Yeah. No, don't worry. Remember, I have my book open. I've got it open. I know what I'm saying.
You've got your notes down.
Yeah. But like, no, because I guess next part I was going to move on to, remember, is discussing the cast. And I was like, I forgot that Brenda's song was in this. Like, is in this movie.
A Cinderella Story?
Yeah.
Brenda's song?
The Brenda song.
Brenda's song is not in A Cinderella Story.
She is.
That's no. Are you thinking of Regina King?
No, like it says Brenda's song is in the movie, in the cast.
She's not in my Cinderella Story of Hilary Duff.
Are you sure?
I'm so sure. If Mama Brenda's song was in A Cinderella Story, I would have talked about it.
Because it says it at the end, right? Yeah, on Google. Yeah, if you go on there, it says that she plays Kelly Anderson.
There's no Kelly.
So did Google make that up?
That might be a different Cinderella Story, but not the one I'm... not the Hilary Duff 2004 comedy romance.
That's weird. It actually says that on the film. Let me
even see. This is crazy.
Let's walk over that. Let's actually walk over that.
Brenda song. I was thinking you got her confused with well, not actually, because her name is Rhonda in the movie, not even Brenda. But no, there's no Brenda. I promise you.
What does it say though?
Like the main names are Hilary, Chad, Jennifer, Regina, and the guy from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, no, I saw that, and then. Yeah, they put her name also in the cast. Yeah, they put that in the cast. Oh, yeah, you know what? Like, you know what we're going to do, actually? We're going to say shout out to Google because they messed up big time. like, literally shout them out.
The police will fix up quickly.
Very quickly. But, like, actually, even let's move on from that. I want to talk about the cast in general anyways. It's just like, okay, if we go through it all anyways, I guess what Google was saying anyways. Because if you know, I think it's all the way down, yeah. They have Brenda at the very bottom, but that's obviously, what's it called? A typo, a glitch, whatever the third. One of those. Like,
wait, you know what's okay? I've scrolled. I've seen her credit, but I did not see her in the movie. So now I have to let me look at images because maybe she was a really background character.
No, I think like you said, they made a mistake because they were saying that like, they were saying that Brenda was in some, what was it? She was in some movie that was on the same day or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was in this thing that came out, Stuck in the Suburbs that came out.
Oh, okay.
But wait, I'm confused. Hold on, I'm getting mad.
Tranquilo.
Because it says, no, you know on the Stuck in the Suburb things, it says that she plays a character called Natasha. So then why in A Cinderella Story does it say she plays Kelly Anderson? Who's that?
To be fair, if I controlled Google, I too would just lie.
What do you mean? You would actually lie?
I would love to. I don't do it in person just because I'm a little stinker that can't really keep a straight face regardless. So if I'm lying, you're going to be able to tell. But if I had unrestricted access to Google's resources, I would just stop saying I starred and shit. I was actually in Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior as Warrior number 2, if you knew.
I don't see her anywhere. Like, I don't see her anywhere.
It's fine. Google messed up. Big mess up.
They did.
But let's focus on the main lot of the Cinderella Story.
Because can we look? It says this. It says on what? It says on Google. Kelly Anderson's character is portrayed by Brenda Song. And that Kelly Anderson in the film is a high school student and part of the drama club, and she is involved in a reality TV show twist which adds a contemporary element to the story.
There is no reality TV show part of it.
Oh my gosh. Google messed up hard. Anyways. Anyways, we could actually get stuck on that this whole time. Anyway, I also want to talk about how, yes, because you mentioned the guy from what's it called? Big Bang Theory. I forget his role in this though.
I never. Oh, he played like the classic nerd, the classic geek.
Oh, I really don't remember that. And then, oh my gosh, JD Pardo. I like that guy.
JD Pardo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, he plays one of the jocks. He's handsome.
Exactly. And but he was from the Twilight Saga.
I've only ever watched the first one. I don't know who he was.
He was in I think the last one. Yeah, he was in the last one.
Right.
And then who else have you got? Like how you mentioned Regina King. I was like, yeah, she was great in this.
Yes.
She was so good in this.
She's good at everything she does. She's actually good at everything she does.
Honestly. And I guess, isn't it, Regina King's basically supposed to be like her second mum, almost.
Yeah, very much her fairy godmother.
Yeah, which is lovely. I think what was it I was looking at today? Oh yeah, I was looking at this article that was about how they were gonna have Sam's dress be different or something like that in the film.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Different how?
Like, I think they probably wanted it to look... Yeah, it said it was going to look more... It was originally going to look much different. I think this was from Interview Magazine. And that it was going to have, like... What was it? It was like they decided to go for a more classic wedding dress, like white gown. But it was originally envisioned to be... a colourful multi-layered gown inspired by the Disney illustrated version of Cinderella. So I guess they kind of thought they wanted to do the classic version of blue, but then they ended up with, white, which is better though anyways.
It's more plausible because Regina's meant to be her fairy godmother of sorts,
right? Yeah.
Just have a blue dress. I think the wedding dress and passing it down to her faux daughter, well, not her real daughter, I think that's so much sweeter.
Exactly.
And she looked magical. I think with the way the scene is shot, the way the white that catches the light of the spotlight of the dance is stunning. I don't think blue would have done her justice.
No. And I guess with how unique this film is, I think it's good that they decided not to do the classic Cinderella anyway. It's just like, who wants a blue dress? Give us something different.
Yeah, change it up.
Because that's better. Oh, and Hilary looked so nice in that dress while I'm looking,
No, she looked very magical.
With the mask on. The thing it's always been so funny because it's like you always think with when they do that whole mask disguise thing, you're just like, it's her, like
surely this girl can't be. That's the thing. When it's as romantic and as dreamy as it is, in the moment, there's literally several moments where they walk past each other, like Austin and Sam, and they do this whole slow motion thing. You're telling me I'm looking at the rest of the school right now. There was no other 5'3" hazel-eyed blonde babe. Okay? You're telling me because she's straight into your hair, you can't tell it's her. What? You're meant to be going to Princeton, big man. You're telling me you can't recognize her.
And that you're not smart.
You're not like you're not. You're not intelligent, Austin. And that's fine.
It's just crazy. I feel like that's, I guess, in a way, I think to myself, that's a trope that, like, they just, they love to, like, beat to death, though. I'm just
and they love to throw sense to the wind.
Exactly.
And say, you know what, we're going to add another half-hour of plot by making people not use their brains.
Yeah. That's what we're going to do. I'm like, that's so weird. And then, have you seen the film? So the film that was after Hilary Duff's, or after Cinderella Story was, The Perfect Man, which came out in 2005.
Oh, no, I've never seen that, no. Apart from what she did for Disney, I don't know much about the Hilary Duff universe, cinematic universe.
I think, The Perfect Man what was this film even about? Oh, she was like, is it disturbed by her mother's frequent plans of relocating to different cities due to her failed relationship? Holly hatches a plan and invents a secret admirer named Ben for her mother. Oh, sounds cute though.
Okay, I mean psychotic slightly, but
You said go off though.
sorry. I mean, yeah, you see your mum's lonely and think, you know what could change this? This is literally the episode of Catfish, no?
It sounds like it.
But so you've watched it? Was it heartwarming?
No, I haven't seen it. I just thought it would be good to like add in and like look at. I know that it's got that guy in it. Was it? Yeah, Ben Feldman. He's from
Ben Feldman. Why does that name sound familiar?
Superstore.
Ben Feldman? Superstore Ben Feldman?
Yeah.
Is he a love interest?
Yeah.
Sold. I'm sold.
You said sign me up.
Sign me up.
I think it's crazy because I never knew much about him. I guess of course seeing him in Superstore, but it's crazy. He's been around since he's been around since 2005. Nobody knew though.
No one knew. That's crazy. Oh my god, 6%. It has 6% on Rotten Tomatoes. Fucking hell.
6%. That's shockingly bad.
Real bad.
But I think
this for Ben.
Yeah, he's so cute. Like, I guess like a man is like it's nerd cute. Like he's not got anything crazy going on, but it's like it still works.
He's very much standard, but when you see, I just love a silly male protagonist, like he is in Superstore.
Exactly.
He's very unserious.
Just like a dork. I miss Superstore actually.
So do I. You know what's so funny? I've actually never finished it because I have this really bad habit of binging a show and then reaching the last like 5 episodes and then never actually finishing it. Why? I don't know. I do know. It's because I don't want it to end, and so I'm in control, and so I don't let it end.
No, exactly. I think honestly, that's what happens with reality. I mean, with what do we call that? Like sitcom, sitcom.
Oh yeah, genre. Yeah.
Like they're really good, and they can be like really addictive. So it's hard to it's hard to snap out of them. You're like,
get back into reality.
Let me stay in here, like.
Please. Don't let me go.
No, exactly. I think I felt that way after I stopped watching, after I finished Community. I was like...
I have never finished Community. I got to season 3 and then I saw a whole bunch of videos saying it will never be as good as it is right now and said, okay, cool, so I'll stop.
You said, so this is where I'll get off.
This is my stop, guys. It's been fun.
That's crazy. But then, then this was obviously one of my last notes, which was I wanted something worse to happen to the stepmothers because obviously going back to Ever After again, my favorite film, as we know, I've mentioned that loads of times in this episode already. It's like what I will say is that was, for me, that was a great ending to her, to her super stepmother. I mean, she ended up having to go and she was went to be a slave, like how, obviously Cinderella played by Drew Barrymore was. She had to go and, clean clothes. And I said, yeah. I said, yeah, this is lovely. Because obviously you were doing that to Cinderella and you actually just got the same fate.
Right.
And that's equal, do you know what I mean? No,
it's fair.
It's fair, that's what we want. I need to see people get their
justice.
Get their justice. It needs to feel right.
Exactly.
Otherwise it just can't work.
It can't. And it felt very it was the 1-2 punch of for A Cinderella Story, the 1-2 punch of the school finding out that she and Austin are texting over online, and then her stepmom is lying about her not getting into Princeton. She was so low, she was so down that there was, apart from death, it was going to be very hard to get her back up again. But then this is something so sweet about her being the one that says, you know what, you won't go to jail, but you will work for me and my new mom. Like, that's very much equal, like you were saying. Like, I needed that. That not only the roles being reversed, but like in the sense of control specifically. Like, yeah, I do have control over you now. I'm Big Mommy. You listen to me. Yeah, that's good.
But basically, but what happened? Okay, wait. I think, what is it? Like A Cinderella Story 1 is what? That she ends up not getting anything.
Pretty much. Like, so they tell the sister, when everything gets found out, but like, oh, it's actually quite stupid how things get resolved. So the book, I don't know if you remember because you haven't seen it in it, but like in the story is this whole thing of, oh, me and Madden used to read story time in this book, and then that book falls open randomly at the last minute, and then it has her father's will that gave her the rights that gave Sam the rights to the house, not the mother. So I'm thinking, you're telling me if you read through this book, you would have found that will, and then none of this movie could have happened. Okay, cool. Whatever. But she finds the will, and then she goes to the police, and the police are like to the mom, so you, where were you? Like, what's going on? She was like, I knew nothing about a secret, my husband's secret hidden well. And then they find her Princeton acceptance letter, and then they start taking away her car. And now Sam's like, I run this house, and gives the diner to Wanda to run, and justice is served.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. This is what I mean. I said that is like, yes, she deserves to get nothing, but we're also like, she also deserves way more. Yeah, she deserves way more. Crazy. And it's funny how obviously the iconic stepmother line is, remember, from Jennifer, is like, oh, you're not very bright. and you're not very.
Sorry, hello?
Oh, hello.
No, sorry, I cut out for a second. I couldn't hear.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was saying about how the stepmother's iconic line is that you're not very bright.
And you're not very pretty.
And she was just so iconic in that role.
Not very. She played it perfectly. There will never be another Jennifer Coolidge. I mean, culturally.
No, literally, there won't be. And then also, I guess, and then I want to go back to the cast again. Isn't it the guy who's like her best friend? I guess, is he also supposed to kind of be? He's supposed to kind of also be one of her sidekicks, but
she's a mouse.
Yeah, exactly.
And he plays a perfect mouse.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, Dan Bird.
Yes, Dan Bird.
Where's Dan Bird today? Like, I'm just like, where is he now? Nothing's really happening with him, I don't think.
And that's okay.
You said that's okay. Like, that's crazy. So now we've reached the end. This is like our final thoughts. You go first, Eve.
A Cinderella Story is the perfect encapsulation of the teenage girl. I'm kidding. No, it's just such it's just such a good movie. I think, regardless of how certain racial comments or comments on weight, they haven't aged the best. I think it's still just a great snapshot of 2004, like from the story to the cast alone, like to the music, like to every part of it. It's just so good. And I hope the kids in 20 years' time when they become 25 talking about movies they watched when they were too young. I hope they are able to have that kind of experience with movies today. Obviously, I don't know what they would be because I'm constantly looking at the past, but I'm not blinded by nostalgia when I say this movie is very excellent and I love it so much. And Chad Michael Murray, you're not listening to this. And I don't want you right now, but if there was a way for me to travel back in time, let me tell you something. Go for destiny to change. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's my piece. What about you?
I think like what you said, like on the end bit, I was like, if I could go back to get anybody, it would be it'd be Adam. What's it? Adam Brody.
Oh, I should start clapping. He was very dreamy, very dreamy.
Yeah, I need him. I need him. But my final thoughts on Cinderella Story is that, yeah, there was just like this whole film was just iconic. And like you said about how like you need this kind of film to go back on and like discuss in terms of just like nostalgia. And it's like, even if you're somebody who didn't grow up on this film, you should watch it anyway. Like, like you should be watching it. And if maybe your sole reason is maybe not Hilary Duff, even though she's great, Chad Michael Murray is also there. Like,
and that's all you need.
That's actually
Regina King. Like, guys, come on,
that's actually all you need. But yeah, I hope that we convinced you to watch Cinderella Story, and thank you so much for listening.